Everyone has a brain, but not everyone knows how to use it or how to hack it and to get to its full potential. My name is Justin King. I went to GCU and studied for an exercise science degree, but now I'm a strength coach. I work for Strength Sensei and Source Performance, which are two of the top businesses in the industry. And now I train professional Olympic athletes. But today I want to share 10 brain hacks to give you laser focus to dramatically improve your memory retention and to give you the highest possibility of passing your exam, test, or getting your homework done on Sunday night, because I know how that goes. Let it be known beforehand that nothing can replace studying. You obviously need to know the material. It has to be in your brain to hack your brain to get it out. But these are tips that will dramatically improve how you perform in school and how easy it is to pass. The first one is your cell phone. I'm not necessarily talking about the time that you spend on it. We all know that the more time you spend on it, the less time that you have to study. I'm talking about things such as phantom texts, social media and its effects on you, FOMO, so fear of missing out, and when you look at your phone. So phantom texts are this weird phenomenon that you'll look at your phone thinking that you got a message from that girl or guy that you like, a notification on some type of social media, and nothing is there. So you just think it's happening, and what happens is that fires dopamine, which is the chemical for drive. And if you get those phantom texts too much, it'll actually burn out the receptor sites for that. And that chemical is extremely important when it comes to studying and memory. Social media, obviously, when you're on it, you get FOMO. You see people doing these things, and you want to be a part of it. And having FOMO too often, again, will burn out the receptor sites for dopamine as well as acetylcholine, which is the main brain chemical or neurotransmitter for memory. So if you burn those two out, you're really screwed when it comes to trying to do well in school. And finally, checking it in the morning. When you wake up in the morning and roll over, that is the number one form of burning out your dopamine and acetylcholine receptors. It's almost a high when you roll over and you check through all the notifications you've gotten. So control yourself. If you need to start with 5 minutes not looking at your phone, give it a try. I personally practice not looking at my phone and leaving on airplane mode for 90 minutes. But even just with 5 minutes, you should see a dramatic increase in how your brain performs, specifically for school. Number two is your diet. As Charles Poliquin would say, the first thing you put in your mouth, provided it's food, determines your neurotransmitters for the rest of the day, or in other words, determines how the rest of your day is going to go. So personally, what I have found to work best and what Charles Poliquin has found to work best is having a dark meat such as steak, beef, yak, bison, some type of red meat in the morning, as well as nuts. Not those type of nuts, but something like cashews, almonds, macadamia nuts, pine nuts, peanuts, something along those lines. Those two foods have been shown to increase those two chemicals, again, dopamine and acetylcholine, the most, and it'll set you up to make those chemicals the most throughout the day. Most people will have some type of cereal or a banana, milk, something along those lines. Some people don't even have breakfast. And that is going to set you up for failure throughout the day, as those foods will increase serotonin and GABA. Those are actually two neurochemicals that will tell you to calm down, go to sleep, and don't have drive. And that is not what we want on exam day or when we are trying to cram all of our homework in on a Sunday. Number three, I'm going to tell you about some products that are legal and the school does allow them, but considering what they're going to do for your brain performance, they should be illegal and banned when it comes to you using them for your performance in school. The first one is called Brain Sours, and it's from Designs for Health. They're like little Starburst candies, and I found these to be the best, especially amongst college students, as it's a candy. They're easy to carry around. It's not some type of pill or anything like that. But it is going to increase your brain performance. With most of these products, it's best to take them during your study session, especially the day before, as well as the morning of or right before you go and take your test. Number 4 is Growth Factor by ATP Labs. This one you can take about 5 to 6 capsules during a study session or during a homework session to really drive through it, as well as the morning of. This again is going to set you up for success throughout that day, whatever it is you need to accomplish in that day. Number 5 is Lion's Mane by Four Sigmatic. It's actually a mushroom that's in North America, Asia, and a couple other places. But what Four Sigmatic does is it grinds it down and turns it into almost a pre-made mix that is a tea. So you can take that, put the mix into warm water, take it. It's not the best tasting thing in the world, but Lion's Mane is one of the best products for increasing your brain drive. And again, this one morning of, during a study session, or whenever you just need to increase brain activity. The next one, number 6, is going to be alpha GPC and acetyl L-carnitine. You may be familiar with L-carnitine, especially if you're in the medical department. But I chose the acetyl version because acetyl meaning it's acylated, so it will pass through the blood-brain barrier, and it will be utilized for brain function more so than oxidizing fatty tissue, which is what L-carnitine is used for in many cases. Pairing that with alpha GPC, you're just going to get the most bang for your buck. But when you buy these two products, it's extremely important you get them from a pharmaceutical grade company, as the companies, especially here in the US, are not regulated very well. You're going to get heavy metals in there. You may not be getting exactly what's listed, whether that means the amount or what other trace products are in there. So ensure you get them from a pharmaceutical grade company such as Nutridyne, Metagenics, ATP Labs, just to name a few. Number 7 is the Brain Elixir from Beekeepers Naturals. It comes in a little vial. It looks like a potion almost, and it tastes extremely good. But you take this particularly when you're getting brain fog or brain fatigue. This one is especially good, again, on those Sundays when you're trying to push through, get all your homework done, but you get that midday stump and you really need something to push you through. A lot of people go for caffeine, but then they'll get a drop off after the caffeine wears off. This is not something like that. This product is actually used in a lot of cases to rebuild the brain, and you'll find that this one lasts a lot longer. Just take 1 vial of that, and it should increase your short and long-term memory, as well as giving your brain more endurance and allowing it to perform tasks longer and more efficiently. Number 8 is your sleep. So believe it or not, after daylight savings, which here in Arizona we're not very familiar with that, but from people out of states, when daylight savings happens, the day after, they actually increase the police and emergency personnel on staff because they know that people are going to miss out on that 1 hour of sleep and think that it's not going to do anything, but really the accidents increase is because people miss 1 hour of sleep. And in most cases, when we're in college and we're studying, we're up all night and we end up getting a couple hours of sleep, or we're nervous about whatever is going on the next day with the exam and we can't sleep. Just that 1 hour of sleep will throw you off. So it's extremely important that you get 8 hours. It's uninterrupted. It's in a dark area and it's cold, particularly 65 degrees. That's what's been shown to work the best. But if you can do colder, there's actually been a study done by Charles Poliquin when he was back in his university days that showed that if you induce shivers before you sleep, your brown fat will eat your white fat and you can drop body fat pretty quickly and just by sleeping in the cold. Number 9 is Yin Reserve. This is by Strength Sensei Nutraceuticals. This product was developed by Charles Poliquin, who kind of took all the sleep products that are on the market and found what works the best and put all of the best into one product. It has multiple forms of magnesium in it and a couple other ingredients, but this is going to induce sleep whether you like it or not. Tim Ferriss actually, when he got a hold of this product, took it about 5 minutes before he was driving and almost crashed. So he actually reached out to Charles and told him he should probably put a warning label on it because of how quickly it induces sleep. So if you take this one, be by your bed, be prepared to sleep. 5 minutes usually happens for most. Some people it's 30 to 45 minutes, but this one is useful if you are having issues falling asleep, or if you're nervous about something and are unable to fall asleep, take this before an exam and you will sleep well, your brain will be regenerated, and everything that you just studied for will be locked in for that next morning. And number 10 is how you study. For the majority of the population, it's been proven that studying for 30 to 45 minutes uninterrupted, so phone away or on airplane mode, there's not Facebook open in a different tab, uninterrupted, solely focused for 30 to 45 minutes. When you do that and then take a 5-minute break and do something active, so whether it's go on a walk or go do some push-ups or whatever it is, do something active. If you do that and then come back for another 30 to 45 minute session, this has been proven to lock in the information the best. Additionally, it's very important that you are fueling your body with the proper nutrients, so getting proteins, healthy proteins, healthy fats, especially fats, as those are great fuel for the brain, and some healthy carbohydrates if you deserve them. By following these tips, you're sure to pass that exam, get the homework done by 12 o'clock on Sunday night, or put in the least amount of effort possible and still graduate with honors. If you like these tips, you're really going to want to use that discount code that I sent you to get one of my 2 programs. Both these programs utilize the top methodologies that I've learned from the best of the best in the industry, and I've actually implemented these methodologies on some of my top athletes and clients to build the bodies of their dreams that they couldn't have even imagined. If you aren't one to waste time and someone who's looking for fast and easy results, follow the link and check out one of my 2 programs. I'm super excited to see how you transform your body into something that you could have never thought possible. I hope you invest in yourself, and I'm happy I got to help you out.